It's showtime!
Supermodel Jessica Minh Anh.
Vietnamese model and show producer Jessica Minh Anh
is known for her extraordinary stunt shows and photo shoots across the globe.
She takes the ordinary and really turns it into something extraordinary.
My name is Jessica Minh Anh, and I am absolutely in love with life.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Mikey.
What time is it?
It's showtime.
Welcome to Showtime, the queen of runaway stunt, Jessica Minh Anh.
Jessica Minh Anh is a supermodel and fashion show producer with global influence. Renowned for transforming iconic world landmarks into breathtaking fashion runways, she's the only person ever granted permission to stage fashion shows at national symbols, such as the Eiffel Tower of France, London's Tower Bridge, America's new symbol of freedom, One World Trade Center, Singapore's Gardens by the Bay Skyway, and the Sky Bridge at the Petronas Twin Towers in Malaysia. Her productions redefine the boundaries of fashion, creating groundbreaking visual experiences that leave a lasting impact on the international fashion world. International press has hailed her as the queen of spectacular fashion runways. Beyond the runway, Jessica Minh Anh is also a pioneer in integrating fashion with sustainable development in visually striking ways. Highlights include the world's first solar-powered catwalk at the Gemma Solar plant in Seville, Spain, as well as a runway staged aboard a liquefied natural gas-powered ship in the middle of the ocean, along the Italian Riviera. Her influence extends beyond fashion into film, music, and even unexpected fields such as technology, corporate finance, and marketing communications. With her visionary mindset, Jessica Minh Anh stands as an icon of the global creative generation, where fashion transcends the runway and becomes a language of innovation.
So, Jessica Minh Anh, it's a pleasure to have you here today with us on Showtime.
I'm so excited. Thank you very much for having me.
By the way, I'm very curious because you did not start out studying fashion. Why did you choose to build a career in this industry?
Graduated from my bachelor degree in tech. I went to the UK for my master degree in PR, and then I ventured into fashion as a fashion model. But at the same time, I wanted to produce. I wanted to turn ideas into reality.
Wow, you are the IT girl, the IT girl.
Exactly.
To fashion. So what was the turning point that led you to pursue fashion?
I always had a passion for fashion. What fashion really does is it's a tool for me to deliver even a bigger message. My portfolio has always been a combination of fashion and technology, or fashion and logistics, or fashion and sustainability.
Wow.
So for example, like the show I did at the JFK with DHL Express, we promoted the globally sustainable supply chain with beautiful models coming down from the plane in beautiful dresses that are also made from sustainable materials.
Wow. I'm always inspired by people who have the courage to make the bold decisions. And the young lady in front of me right here is the representative of that. Could you tell me and the audience about your very first fashion show?
The very first fashion show that I produced was after I graduated in the UK. And that was a bold decision because I chose London's Tower Bridge, the symbol of England. And it was very challenging logistically because you only have 1.5 hours to set up. And everyone was saying that no, it's not going to be able to get done, but I did it anyway. So it was the military time kind of schedule, and it worked.
So when you first started out planning events, how did you convince your partner?
I think credibility is one of the most important things in business. So if you want your partner to trust you, you need to not only deliver on your promises, but you need to deliver above and beyond what is expected. So that is what I have always tried to do. Of course, you have a great idea, you need to know how to pitch it, otherwise nobody will buy it. You need to believe in it yourself first, and that's what I do. I always believe in myself.
Let's go back to the first one. When you have no portfolio or something to show, how do you convince the first one?
So it's not just that I didn't have a portfolio to show, I also didn't have cash. I had a great idea. I pitched that idea to the City of London and I was very confident about it. And I think people can really feel your charisma and your drive and believe in you. So they actually did believe in me. So I'm very grateful for that.
What inspired you to hold shows at those iconic locations?
I think iconic locations inspire you and challenge you. And what is the point of doing something ordinary when you can show the world, the grandness of humans' ability? I think humans are extraordinary. We have a great idea, we have to implement it, even if we are not 100% sure that it's going to work. If you don't do it, how can you know? So that's what I did with all of the show. Of course, each and every show I want it to be greater than the one before because they always say you're only as good as your last show.
Your fashion show aren't just about beauty. They carry the profound messages. What story do you want to tell through your fashion, through all these extraordinary runways?
I have 4 series. The first series is, as you can see right here, on a ship that is solar powered, but it's also wind powered and hydroelectric powered. So 3 sources of renewable energy in one ship. For my fashion and sustainability series, I want to show the world renewable energy. I did the show on top of Hoover Dam promoting the hydroelectric power. And also at the JFK, we promoted the globally sustainable supply chain. But at the same time, we also, combine a lot of things so that people would understand the concept of sustainability because sometimes it's quite, heavy for people to comprehend.
I hear you and I get goosebumps constantly because how you present with the excitement, the love for the grandness that you mentioned.
You need to love what you do. That's the only way. You can always keep your energy up if you're doing something that you're passionate about. Okay. I have a routine, so I wake up early, I exercise, and I call my friends when I need to. So I think that would work for anyone.
Were there ever moments that you feel like you might as well given up?
Giving up is not in my vocabulary. You have to move forward all the time. Because if you give up, it's like you're dead. As long as you're alive, there's always a solution. So there's no way that I would ever give up. One World Trade Center. It's a show that I'm very proud of in New York. It's a very interesting story. When I arrived in New York, I wanted to do a show at the Niagara Falls. But when I arrived at Niagara Falls, I realized that it's not a venue for me. That's why I decided to host the show on One World Trade Center. It was still in the middle of construction, and it was 6 months before it was officially launched. This tower was epic.
Where you get that source of energy from?
I think my parents have been very strict for good reasons. They taught me to be very disciplined and to be very hardworking throughout the years.
And because you conquer the big challenges, but if there is some problems that you cannot handle, you need to share your emotions, your family is where you find, right?
Yes, but I do want to point out that there is always a solution to a problem. If you're alive, there is a solution. Depending on the problem, I would find the right person to talk to. So I don't want to worry my family with all of my troubles. If there's something that I can solve myself, I will get it done. If not, I will talk to an expert in a specific field and they would help me.
Goosebump. So we have already known Jessica Minh Anh as a supermodel, a show producer, but today on Showtime, we will see a very different side of her. Let's have a look. That is an impressive performance.
Thank
the
you.
sound by Jessica Minh Anh by the piano. Why you choose this song to perform?
It's a classic. I've heard my father and my brother play it many times, and I think maybe it's my time. We learned not only piano since we were 6 or 7 years old. We learned drawing. For me as a girl, sewing, cooking. They wanted a well-rounded woman in the house, and man for my brother as well. So he painted very well, way better than I can. Wow. This is my family. You can see that's the little me in Moscow, in Russia, where I grew up. Those are some of my favorite moments. So that's my friend, and my daddy and mommy, and my grandmother, who is more than 100 years old.
You told us that you were raised from a very traditional family.
Yes.
So when you told your family about your decision to move from IT to fashion design, how did they react?
They thought I was crazy, just like the rest of the world, but they wouldn't be able to stop me. They tried. I went ahead anyway, and then afterwards they realized that I made the right decision, and now they're fully supportive of me.
Wow. And recently we found videos of you and your grandmother.
Yes.
It's gone viral on social media. And
Sau 101 năm, điều gì bà cảm thấy tự hào nhất trong cuộc sống này ạ?
Dạ có cái gì tự hào, cái gì cũng bình thường thôi.
Bà đạt được bao nhiêu thành tích, bà viết được bao nhiêu sách, dịch được bao nhiêu?
Cái chuyện đấy là thường mọi người đều có thể.
She is 101 years old, and somehow her mind is so clear and vivid. And she still reminds me sometimes that don't forget that you studied marketing, so make full use of it. And I'm like, oh my God, Grandma, how can you do it? So she is an inspiration for us all, and we feel very privileged to still have her in our lives. Yeah.
Among all these advice that your grandmother gave you, which pieces stay with you for the...
One is family is everything. So, and family here is of course your parents, your grandparents, your brothers and sisters, and your cousins, but the wider term as well. You know, the people that you surround yourself with are also your family, and that is precious. And number two is you have to do it no matter what. Like whatever that you set your mind to, you have to get it done. That's your responsibility to yourself at the very least. But of course to my family, because they expect the best.
How beautiful that is. In this photo, there are two beautiful, independent, inspiring women.
Madam Nguyễn Thị Bình is an outstanding diplomat and politician, and a symbol of Vietnam in its struggle for independence and peace. She is best known for her role as Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Provisional Revolutionary Government of the Republic of South Vietnam, and as the only woman to sign the Paris Peace Accords in 1973.
I'm very curious about relationship with her, and please tell us more about this one.
She is not only someone who is very close to my family, she is actually the in-laws of my grandmother.
Wow.
Nhớ hả? Dạ vâng ạ, cháu vừa mới về thôi ạ. Là say sưa với nghề nghiệp ạ. Dạ. Cũng có vui, lâu lắm rồi, hỏi thăm cháu luôn mà.
She is not only, of course, the inspiration for our family, but for this whole country. About her resilience and how she represents the strength of Vietnamese women. So we all want to be like her.
Wow. I keep getting, stunned by your inspiration. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. How does it feel to receive such a strong support from your family?
The most important thing is love. So when you are loved by your family, by your friend, you feel a lot more empowered. And I obviously try to give that love back. That is part of what makes me grounded and what makes me strong.
Wow.
Hi, Daddy. Thank you very much for being an inspiration for all of us since I was a little girl. And this song that you composed is so beautiful. This song today is dedicated to you.
Trải dài theo sóng lặng lẽ với hồ Tây, hoàng hôn về đông đầy, giọt nắng chiều là lời sương như là ước hẹn, dập dờn ngọn heo may, nhanh liễu gây sao xạc, trời hoàng hôn tím biếc, ngôi chùa cổ nơi đây chìm trong làn sương khói và dáng chiều vời vợi tháp nghiêng soi mặt hồ Tây ơi chiều thu cánh chim nào xa vắng, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu nghe như có tiếng đàn, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu những con thuyền in bóng, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu trong bóng nước mọt hồ thấy cả trời bao la. dài theo sóng lặng lẽ với hồ Tây, hoàng hôn về đông đầy, giọt nắng chiều là lời, sương như là ước hẹn, dập dờn ngọn heo may, nhanh liễu gây sao xa, trời hoàng hôn tím biếc, ngôi chùa cũ nơi đây, chìm trong làn sương khói và dáng chiều vời vợi, tháp nghiêng soi mặt hồ Tây ơi chiều thu, cánh chim nào xa vắng, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu, nghe như có tiếng nàng, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu, những con thuyền in bóng, hồ Tây ơi chiều thu, trong bóng nước mọt hồ, thấy cả trời bao la. Hồ thu em chiều nay, bóng nghe lòng sao xuyến, hồ thu em chiều nay, trời sao thấy rất gần, hồ thu em chiều nay, rất ai vào nhung nhớ, hồ thu em chiều nay, lời ai vẫn dạt dào, mang nặng tình khơi xa, rất xa.
We thank you for a sweet and captivating performance. Thank you so much for bringing so many colors to our Showtime.
Thank you.
There's a special surprise waiting for you right now.
Oh, really?
Please have a look at the screen.
Okay, I recognize this girl.
Well, I would use 3 words: visionary, fearless, and incredibly warm-hearted. If anyone can make innovation both beautiful, aesthetic, and meaningful at the same time, that would be Jessica Minh Anh. What wishes do you have for Jessica's next journey? The best. And also freedom for her to make impact in this world, to innovate and to create.
Hi everyone, my name is Liz. So Jessica to me is a highly intelligent woman. She's always so creative in everything she does, a goal setter, and always extremely hard working towards that goal. And to family and friends, she's an extremely caring person, which is amazing. And in terms of my close relationship with Jessica, I'm actually her cousins, or I must say the closest cousins in our extended family. But in real life, we're actually best friends to each other, and we're actually usually just one call away from each other, even though we live in different parts of the world. And in terms of her next journey, in expanding her global presence with a new series combining tech, fashion, social impacts, I wish her all the best in her new journey. Jessica, it's in no doubt, I know you'll be an iconic and impactful figure in this new series. You will communicate this new trend so successfully to the young generations and the society to promote growth and innovations all throughout. And I wish you all the best in your journey, and I will be waiting for your work. Good luck, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica and the people in Vietnam. I hope you're well and having a great day so far. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And, you know, our friendship has gone on for many years, and I'm very grateful to have a friend such as Jess. She is a true professional, but also a wonderful person as well. In terms of the new series regarding the tech, the fashion, and the social impact, I wish her all the best. I'm so incredibly proud of her. I know she'll do incredibly well, and she'll persevere and overcome any obstacle that she faces, as I've mentioned earlier, because that's who she is. She is just someone that is so determined to achieve the best she can. And, you know, I wish her all the best in every endeavor she encounters.
It's hard to put her into a few words. She's tenacious, driven. She's also very inspirational. She always has a clear goal and she never gives up. And I think that everything she does, she gives 120%. She knows how to bring people together. That's also a great thing, and she brings out the best in them. But I would say the best thing about her is her creativity. Some of her ideas sound impossible at first, but then she proves they aren't.
Wow.
It's my brother.
Question 3, memorable moment. Honestly, it's hard to pick just one because we did grow up together. We bonded over art, over film and music. She'd draw in her notebooks for hours on end, which was probably her first step towards fashion. I'd try to follow along. We also recorded ourselves singing Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys. It was really goofy, actually. I have nothing but the best wishes for her, not just as a brother, but as a fan.
Jessica Minh Anh ngay từ bé đã mang được cái tính độc lập nhanh, người làm cái gì cũng tự làm lấy được. Đây là tính cách độc lập của Minh Anh là chỗ đó. Jessica Minh Anh lúc nào thành tôi, chúc lần này cũng sẽ thành công như mọi lần vậy.
So Jessica, after hearing those messages, how do you feel?
I would thank them later.
We can see how love is transferred in your families.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when you have a little brother, you always think of him as little, no matter how old he is. And this time, he sounds really mature, so I'm very impressed.
So lovely.
I used to do 3 shows per year in 3 different continents. So it was constantly traveling and, you know, meetings and no sleep. I usually sleep about 5 hours per night. And for the past few years, I've realized that there are so many changes in this world right now. And I want to do something different. I want to give back. I think it's very powerful, and I want to learn from the new generation as well. Not only, you know, people in my team, but also from the little kids that I would be able to help using my social impact in education sector. And it is going to take some time, obviously. I slow down because I want to prepare for the next chapter of my life, which I think is more meaningful.
Wow. Here you are in Vietnam. You talk about your projects all over the world. And although you live abroad, you often speak about Vietnam on media. Do you incorporate any Vietnamese elements into your creative plans and fashion shows?
I always tell people that it's not like I don't do events in Vietnam. I haven't. I don't want to just do a show. I want to do the most spectacular show. So that would need a lot of preparation and the right time. So when I do it, I hope my show will really bring Vietnam closer to the world in a very creative and innovative way, so that people can look at our country and not only see that we are very hardworking people, but we are also very innovative and resilient.
Would you give a little sneak peek, some keywords that gonna include in your show?
I think culture is definitely a part that I want to feature, especially there's so many ethnic groups and there's so many beautiful scenery in Vietnam. Also even fashion, right? It's part of our culture. Áo dài is something that we're very proud of, and that's something that I would definitely want to share, our culture. I am fully rooted in Asian tradition. We are hardworking, we love our family, and we are very determined. I think those values are very important, and I carry them with me everywhere I go. That's why I'm very proud to be able to talk about my country and to introduce people to my country, of course.
So we have heard a lot of inspirations, ideas, projects from these young ladies, and that include educations. Now I would like to invite you to have a look at some of her activities in Vietnam.
Recently, Jessica Minh Anh participated in a talk session with Vin University students where she shared practical insights on developing a personal brand rooted in values and transforming ambition into meaningful and long-term impact.
We wanted to feature Jessica Minh Anh because she has a very positive brand image that's really impactful. Not only does she set that excellent example, she really said so many things about sort of the qualities and values that she holds and that are really useful to young people. So for instance, like how to be resilient, how to kind of like not give up, how to try new things and keep learning.
I'm one of her really big fans and I follow her on every platform of social media. And I found it's really insightful and also really inspirational that she really wants to empower the youth.
After the talking with Jessica Minh Anh, I think I know the different way about branding, personal branding, because she told me that the most important is my story. I have learned a lot of lessons from today.
And that video is one of your most recent talks?
Yeah, just a few days ago.
If you could share a message to the young Vietnamese who want to pursue a career in fashion, what would you say to them?
I would say stop self-doubt immediately. I think Vietnamese youth are very talented, and sometimes the only thing that stops them is themselves. So once they have decided that that's what they want to do, then they have to pursue it. If you just sit there and wait for the right time, it's the biggest time waster. So to me, just get on with it, you know, make bold decisions and learn along the way as much as you can, and also let your life be exciting and adventurous.
What is your feelings when you share your stories to them?
I love speaking to young people because not only that I can share my knowledge and experience, you know, with them, but at the same time I can learn from them. And I think that is a powerful thing because nowadays youth are very advanced in technology, and I love technology, so we are speaking the same language. At the same time, there are a lot of vulnerability there, which I saw a lot of myself in them.
Recently, you were the guest speaker at the New York University. How was the experience?
I was very impressed with the ability of the students. These are master students in engineering, so they are already extremely knowledgeable. And I was very impressed with their speed, with their excitement. They were very confident. So that's something that I was talking about. I think Vietnamese students are just as talented, just as hardworking. We just need to be even more confident than we are now.
So what are the advantages of the young Vietnamese people that we can bring to the world?
I trust that the young generation in Vietnam are very skillful, especially in technology, which is the future. And we should encourage them and give them more resources so that they can improve themselves and show the world how great our country is.
Thank you for enlightening Showtime in such a beautiful way. Please give it up one more time to our special guest today, Jessica Minh Anh. Thank you for the wonderful and unique story that you shared with us today. And to our audience, thank you for being with us, and may you find the way to express your boldness and love to life. I am Mikey, and this isn't just a show. This is Showtime. Goodbye.
Oh hey, pull up a chair, leave your worries out the door. We got laughter, love, and stories to explore. Hey, it's Showtime, and welcome to the vibe tonight. Oh, who's the guest tonight actually, do you know?